Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Thursday, December the 26th, the day after Christmas, the year 2019. Let's talk trading. Go slow. When most traders start trading, many traders, some traders, they want to make $1 million in a week. They want to take their $1,000 account and double it, 10, 20 times over, and then drive a Ferrari, live in a mansion, the swimming pool, and all the women in bikinis, right? But a reality check is you have to go slow. You can't rush the market. I've talked about patience a lot, but going slow is a little bit different. In other words, when you make your trading plan, you might make it so at the end of the month, you've increased your account by a certain percentage. And we're not talking doubling it. We're talking maybe 1, 2, 3, 4%. Now, of course, I used to have the 2% club, that Pal Talk chat room that I haven't opened because of my lack of high-speed internet where I live. But, we were hitting it hard and we were trying to get 2% a day. And it was doable. I mean, of course, sometimes we had to use a little more leverage than was warranted. But yeah, we can knock out, 1 or 2% on a regular recurring basis. And really, it's not that difficult. But you see, what's difficult is going slow. Because sometimes you might have to wait a while. A lot of times we would trade the price ending in 00, like 1.5000, 1.5100. And this was way before we had that extra decimal, which only served to enrich the brokers and not the traders. It was not to our advantage at all, in my opinion. So now when we go slow, we might just take a few pips. Like, you notice I like to trade the dollar yen, but over the past couple of months, it's dried up. Talk about going slow. So instead of, looking to make 10 or 20 pips a day, maybe you're only making 5 or 8 pips a day. But the thing is, you're moving forward. It's just you're going slow. And a lot of people, they find that so difficult to go slow. But, when things are happening fast around you, sometimes the best thing to do is just stop and assess the situation and then slowly move in the direction you want to move in. That's true in trading. It's true in life. One of my favorite fortune cookies, which I happened to stumble upon, I guess the guy who actually wrote it, it was like, wisely and slow, they stumble who run fast. I guess that's actually attributed to somebody. I saw it in a meme or on a post somewhere the other day. Maybe I can look that up, find out who actually wrote that. But there's a lot of wisdom in that. And I think about that sometimes. If you're making a deal, you're trying to rush the deal, whether you're the buyer or the seller, if you try and rush it, close too fast, make it happen too fast, lots of times you just blow it. Sometimes it's better to just sit back, wait, and just let things go slow. Okay, now, fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine, and that trading is very risky. You can lose all your money, and not slowly, but fast, sometimes real quick. So if you're looking for trading advice, investment advice, financial advice, seek your advice from an accredited financial professional. That way, when you lose your money, you took the advice of an accredited financial professional rather than some guy you heard yapping about on YouTube or posting a bunch of crazy stuff somewhere on the internet. Okay, that out of the way. As you know, as we end the year, even now, we're going slow. You still have to have your risk and money management in place, making sure that on any one particular trade, you don't lose more than you are willing to lose. Because if you do, it's the path to ruin. Okay, dollar yen on an H4. You can see here we broke out of the previous day's high and it's just moved up. A nice move. On the weekly, it looks like we're still in that upper weekly wick zone before we were down here. Notice once again all the gaps filled this trading week. So those traders were rewarded. And look at this. We are actually just 1 pip below the yearly open. And you can see here we've penetrated it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th time we've penetrated that yearly open over the past couple of months here, November, December. Right now we're right at it. And you see here, we broke out of that high of the first day of the week. It looks like the Christmas shoppers came back and they were shopping on the yen. You see here we went across a couple of opens. December open, so now we're green, and we're right here at the yearly open. And you see we've also gone across a couple of those opening range highs. Inside bar break on the daily. Nice move, up 13 pips at the moment. Only one pair over 100, the beast. We came down off a highest open a couple of hours ago, H1 highest open that is. There were pips to be made, oh, maybe about 5 or so. And the pivot point got taken out. And switching over to the pound yen, you can see here it's in the upper rat zone. Quite the move from the 129s into the 130s. Back to looking at dollar yen. We took out the weekly pivot earlier. We crossed the monthly open. And you can see here, even with 31 pips of range, whoops, I'm going to have to plug in. Hold on. Okay, we plugged the computer in. I was running off battery power. And as you can see here, we must be somewhere around R5 or 6. It's just crazy when you have the smaller range, what those support and resistance levels are. And you can see here we've got a missed pivot below from this month, a missed pivot above. That was from May. And you can look here at the daily, you can see we're pretty much in this range right here. Not really making much headway one way or the other during these holiday weeks. And you can see here, still with low range, price doesn't like staying between these lines, trading the breakouts right through the wick zone. Trading screen once again showing horizontal line trades. As far as the tick level, there's not much happening. It's the day after Christmas. Einstein line. I was put in. Actually, it didn't update that since the day before. Looking at the pound yen, we can look at the weekly wick zones. We can switch that back to the dollar yen, and you can see it right here. Those weekly wick zones. Now, this is interesting. For the ATR range, you can see on the daily, we are in the ATR zone right here, the upper ATR zone. The minimum was ATR 3 and the max was ATR 11. And this is coming from that daily open right there. And on the week, you can see we hit the weekly open plus the ATR 2, which was the min, and the ATR 14 was the max. Range for the week is 36. Range for the day is 34. Way below average. Way below the weekly average. But that's what happens. So, fellow traders, got a couple of trading days left this year. Then we'll be on to the next year. I just hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and wishing you a Happy New Year. I hope Santa filled your stockings and put all the presents you wanted under your tree. And let me know what you would like to see coming up next year as far as videos, indicators, systems. I've got a new indicator that I'll probably release in the first batch of the 2020 donationals. Got a few more coming up for 2019. The batch, if I don't get it out this week, it'll be out before the end of the year. So, once again, I thank you for your support. And I just want you guys, you traders, to remember one thing. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks.